Hi there, everyone, and welcome to my playthrough of The Elder Scrolls Online. Um, so I kind of had a bit of a choice kind of thrown at me by myself. Was basically, do I want to run? Do I want to record Skyrim, which a lot of people do Skyrim? Do I want to do Conan Unchained, or did I want to do Elder Scrolls Online, or should I just do something completely different and off the grid? Um, and I was sitting there, and I was kind of like running through the different options in my head, and Conan Unchained, like as good of a game as it is, um, didn't seem like something that necessarily a lot of people would be interested in. And if you guys differ in that opinion, if you'd really like to see a Conan game gameplay, definitely leave some comments in the some comments below. But I figured, well, let's stick with the fantasy a little bit and look at the two Elder Scrolls games that I wanted to record. Skyrim, like um, everybody's familiar with Skyrim. There's a lot of Skyrim recording, a lot of Skyrim gameplay, a lot of Skyrim how-tos, and I was just sitting there thinking, YouTube is so inundated with Skyrim, might as well do something that uh, is a little bit different. So Elder Scrolls Online it was, and while I can definitely understand um, why there are people out there who dislike this game, a lot of people don't like it because it kind of messes with the timeline a little bit, in that there are some alliances and races within the alliances that probably would never have allied throughout history. So it kind of messes with the timeline a little bit there for the sake of game balance. And then also just the overall feel of it, it definitely runs like a MMORPG instead of your classic Elder Scrolls game, like Skyrim or Oblivion or Morrowind. But really, I mean, it's a MMORPG. It's a multiplayer online role playing game first and foremost an Elder Scrolls game second. Um, and so I love MMOs. I love Skyrim. I love Elder Scrolls. So this game actually works out for me. So basically, I decided to do something a little different. I almost always play as Khajiit. And other style characters, like usually mages or rogues or stuff like that. So I decided I'd go with a Redguard Dragon Knight this time around, just to see how it'll all go. I haven't really played a whole lot on this alliance, so um, we'll see how it goes. I skipped over the tutorial and intro. I figured I do that a lot in a lot of my games where I run through the tutorial and everything. I figured I wouldn't waste any time this time around. I'd actually get to the gameplay itself. So, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Elder Scrolls Online, or rather, Elder Scrolls at large, it's a high fantasy game in which the games span different eras, and in almost all of them, there's a significant hero uh, who goes through and changes the course of history. And the neat part about Elder Scrolls is it is very much so an open world. That's part of why Skyrim was so amazing and why Oblivion was so amazing. Um, and it's one of those game series that's constantly trying to push the boundaries of the uh, open world role playing element. Um, in a lot of ways, it bears some similarity to The Witcher or some of BioWare's games, in that choice does impact how things uh, happen later. In It's to a lesser degree than The Witcher, though. The Witcher is like, you definitely feel it. In this game, it's a lot more subtle. And in Skyrim, for instance, like you would be, say you were working for the Dark Brotherhood, you'd go through, you'd fulfill a quest and find out later that you ended up assassinating a target who was actually kind of pertinent to a later quest. small things like that, but sometimes it doesn't really make much of a difference. That's why I'm saying it's subtle. Like, for instance, in Skyrim, I ended up assassinating the Emperor, and yet I was still the hero of the Civil War going on in Skyrim as an Imperial soldier. So, it, in some cases, it doesn't work out so well in terms of choices with Elder Scrolls, but I think that's something they're trying to push the boundaries of for later on. Um, for this game, it takes place in the Second Era. There's a massive war going on for the Ruby Throne in Cyrodiil. And all of these different nations have allied together for various reasons, and this war this war is significant, yes, but another thing that's even more significant is you're playing a character who basically came back from the dead. He was a soul shriven in Cold Harbor, a domain that's ruled over the Daedric Prince of Death and Undeath, Molag Bal. You've managed to escape Cold Harbor with the help of a couple of adventurers who were trapped in Cold Harbor but were actually still alive. So basically, you've been cast into a new body, separated from the prophet who kind of helped you escape. And in the case of, in almost all of them, you were found at sea and brought ashore. In the case of the Redguard here, I am still on the ship. So my first contact here is Tuma Shah. And all of this will also intertwine with the main story campaign.
The withered stalk flowers again. It is good to see you, alive and well.
How did I get here? We found you floating in the water. I'd seen corpses with more life in them, but Captain Killeen dove in and fished you out anyway. So she rescued me herself? Who is she? The captain of this vessel. She's currently ashore recruiting for our latest contract. You might want to pay your respects, seeing as she saved your life. I'll do that.
A hive of ants is no less busy or determined than our captain. I am honored to serve upon this ship.
Where am I exactly?
You're on the Spearhead, Captain Killeen's ship.
And who are you?
I am one of Captain Killeen's few remaining loyal crew members. The rest, well, the less said of those bloody-minded mutineers, the better.
Oh. That's not usually a good sign in terms of a ship and its crew. Well, she's not on the ship, which means she's somewhere out there. Gain experience for discovering new areas. It's just a little bit laggy right now. I'm playing on the North American server, so there's quite a bit of activity, and then partially because it's North America, partially because it's like middle of the day right now. So don't let the night sky fool you. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon over here. So yeah, a little bit of lag, but not bad. Captain Kayleen. Hey there, lady. I want to talk with you.
Look at that, Lambor. Our half-drowned friend is up and about. We weren't sure you'd make it.
You saved me?
Really? I just fished you out of the water. Master Kassan got you breathing again. The important thing is you're alive. But if you're feeling grateful, I could use some help.
Help with what?
A job. Anyone who helps is going to get rich. Right now, I need a fresh face. Someone this island's butcher-in-charge, Headman Bosek, doesn't know and won't stop. Basically, you recruit the folks I need, you get a cut of the take. Interested?
I'm always interested in more money.
The 3 folks I need are Crafty Larissa, Jakarn, and Naramo. Any or all of them would do.
Okay, so Crafty Larissa, that's an interesting name.
She's an old friend, captain of the Maiden's Breath. She's also a master of disguise. We can use that. The sea drakes use their lighthouse tricks to run her ship aground near Saintsport. Rescue her, and she might join us.
Okay. What about Jakarn? He's a thief, but he's the best there is. He'd be a big help in the heist I have planned. Problem is, he robbed Bosek. Nobody robs Bosek. He's been tossed into the grave under Bosek's palace. Tell me more about Naromo. Naromo's nice enough for an Altmer if you get past his Dwemer fixation. Thing is, the relics he finds in Dwemer ruins sometimes come very handy. He just might have a device we can use for our heist. Alright, so I think I'll start with looking for Crafty Larissa, and then move on from there. The sound cut out a little bit. Uh-oh. I'm not overly worried about it. Unfortunately, you guys end up having to deal with a bit more of my rambling as a result, but that's beside the point. And I say fuck paths. I'm gonna swim over there. That's how I am. Oh, there's a corpse over here, too. Might as well search it, loot the bodies. The man was killed by wild beasts. You spot a folded piece of paper tucked under his belt. Though it is stained with dried blood, you can still make out some of the writing. Examine to note. A reward is hereby offered for all dwarven relics discovered in good working order. Monies paid depend on condition, rarity, and usefulness of said relic. Pieces of relics are also accepted depending on condition. I will take the gear and note. Mud crab! I'm still at very low level, obviously, since I basically just started off. And when my boyfriend and I got this game, we got the Imperial Edition, which is pretty nice. It was kind of a little splurged we'd had for the sake of finding a role-playing game that we might both be interested in playing. But as I'm sure I've mentioned before, whoa, who's attacking me? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Get over here. That's what you get. That's what you get. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, crap. I need to... so much for that. So much for that. Ooh, I'm a ghost. Spooky ghost. Alright, so I have to follow the monkey. I was not expecting to have to follow a monkey. But I guess I'm gonna have to follow the monkey. Oh, she's over here. What brings you to this trash pit? How did you do that? Sneak up on you? It's what I do. Howler draws all the attention, I do all the sneaking. Now answer my question. What are you doing here? Captain Kaylee needs your help. She's got a big heist planned. My ship may be a pile of driftwood, but my crew's alive, and Captain Helene has them. I won't leave without them. Help me rescue my crew, and I'll help you with Kayleen's heist. We'll rescue them together. I didn't expect to get help so quickly. Remind me to thank Kayleen when we're done here. Okay, so what's the plan? We're going to disguise my crew as sea drakes. Take these clothes. Look for a portly Breton, a sour redguard, and a big orc. The drakes are keeping them in the large buildings. Once they're out, meet me by Helene's ship. What if I need a disguise? Look for hampers with clothes or kill a sea drake and take theirs. Put on their clothes and you'll look just lovely. Oh, do watch out for the sea drakes with torches. They're not drunk. If you get too close, they'll spot you and alert the others. I understand. Let's get it started. Ha. Let's get started. Sea Drake Disguise, I will take. Alright. I will adopt the Sea Drake Disguise. I will also take this. So Sky Shards in this game, I don't want to say it's like collecting Dragon Souls in Skyrim. It's more along the lines of, you collect Sky Shards, and for every 3 you get, and there's like 3 in each little region, for every, for every 3 Sky Shards you get, you gain another skill point to apply towards skills and such in combat. Larissa sent me. Take this disguise and sneak out. Let me untie you. Alright. Not gonna deal with his bitchiness. But I am going to take some, apparently, water. And it's good for alchemy. Okay, no torch dudes. So I'll go to Crenard. There you go. Helped you. Nope, I'm not here. Okay, well. That's the one downside of skipping over the... Wow, that's intense. That's one of the downsides of skipping over the tutorial is... In the tutorial, usually what I do if I'm playing the tutorial is I'll spend a few minutes to grind out some combat on a few... to grind out some combat on a few of the soul shriven there. Okay, so clearly someone's in there, but I'm getting myself confused. Oh, they're probably upstairs. But I do that in the attempt to get myself well and set up for combat later on out in Tamriel. But I didn't do so here because I skipped the tutorial, which works in that it speeds things up a bit. It's unfortunate in that my combat level is not necessarily all that high at the moment. Alright, so next person. It's probably somewhere over here. That's right, you go get distracted by some... Oh. Not here. I gotta go upstairs again to rescue someone. Nice hair. Doink. Okay, so gotta speak with Larissa out here. Hello, Mr. Mudcrab. Mr. Mudcrab. Found all 3. Almost done. Everyone's out except my first mate, Daragor. They've got him in the belly of Helene's ship. You'll find the keys below deck. Look for Daragor down and back. What are you going to do while I rescue Daragor? I'll be visiting Helene in her cabin, to thank her for the hospitality she's extended to my crew. Come on up after you release Daragor. You should really say hello. She'd do really well either in the Thieves Guild or in the Dark Brotherhood. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, don't mind me. I'm just another one of your piratey friends. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Ooh. Let's see. Some gold, some lockpicks, and stolen shipments. Hee. Another thing I should also mention real quick is there are some things in this game, it's called Tamriel Unlimited for a reason. It's a free-to-play game. You don't have to spend a whole lot of in-game, or you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on the game aside from buying it. But just like any MMORPG, there are microtransactions. They don't really affect your play that much, but they do open up certain quest lines or certain extra skill lines if you want for some extra role-playing options. And like the significant ones is there's a DLC for Cyrodiil, there's a DLC for Dark Brotherhood, which is the most recent. In fact, I think that came out just a couple of days ago at the time of recording. And the skill line that just showed up on mine is the Thieves Guild. The Thieves Guild is another DLC. And there are 2 ways in which you can access the DLC. The first one is by getting an ESO Plus membership, which can be renewed monthly, every 3 months, or yearly, which gives you access to all of the DLCs and gives you like a regular stipend, kind of like in Star Trek and Star Trek Online, how I mentioned that as a lifetime member, I get a monthly stipend of in-game currency. It's the same here. You get a monthly stipend of in-game currency called crowns that you can use to buy extra stuff on the crown store. That ordinarily you would buy the crowns in order to buy them. So there are microtransactions to gain some of the content, but the main storyline can easily be played through without having to buy any of the DLC. It's just for more, it's mostly for more roleplay options, more than anything else. Hello, I'm gonna free you. You have been freed. I'm gonna go up and say hi. I think I would like to roleplay this guy as a bit of a thief. I might actually get into the Thieves Guild. So we'll see what happens. You're Captain Helene. You're Syrian? Not the person I was expecting. Where's Crafty Larissa? Oh, you are Crafty Larissa. She doesn't seem to see me. What did you do to her? Me? Did I do that? Her starving little cabin girl may have poisoned her drink. Who can say? Did Daragor get out? Yes, he's free. I'll just be going then. I told my crew to gather on the beach. I'm going to make sure they all made it out. Meet me there and we'll square up. What kind of poison did you use on Helene? Oh, it's jar and root. A very nasty local poison. It won't kill her. Not right away. It starts by dissolving the stomach lining, then goes from there. You're just going to leave her to die? I'd love to stay and watch, but no time. You can stay if you'd like. It's actually her poison, kept for slaves who disobey. There's an antidote on the dresser if your heart bleeds enough. What would you do if I gave her the antidote? I'd feel mildly disappointed, but I'd leave it up to you. Meet me on the beach once you're done here and we'll settle up. Just watch your boots. She'll start vomiting soon. I'll do a mercy killing. I'm not gonna save her. She sounds like a not so great person, but I'll do a mercy killing. Whee! Wow, what class are you? That was awesome. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's beside the point. So like I'm one of those people where if you give me a world or a setting that has a lot of lore, I will go crazy. So like Star Trek, I love the lore in it and I enjoy playing it because I love the storyline, I love the world, I love the history. Same thing with Lord of the Rings, I love that. Dungeons and Dragons once again, and then Elder Scrolls Online is right up there with it. It's, for a game world, it has so much history, so much lore. It's almost unbelievable. And it's so in-depth that I can't help but to have a high respect for Bethesda for creating something so intricate, and a true living, breathing world. It's something I absolutely love about it. My crew's safe and only a little bit tortured. I call that a win. Captain Helene is dead. Many a captain who sails these waters will be glad of that news. Now, let's talk favors. I owe you a big one. Help Captain Kayleen and I pull off her heist. She's a bit too obsessed with old Faharjad for me, but I like her style. Seeing as I need a new ship, gold will come in handy. I'm in. Can't let what you did for us go unrewarded. See you back in town. Smuggler's Vest. Complete quest. I just gained a level. I think. Yeah, I did. Okay, so you gain a level, you gain an attribute point. I'm gonna put mine into health right now, and then I can pump up my abilities here. Kind of leaning toward draconic power. So I'll throw one into Dark Talons. I gain that little power there. And then I can also now, I know I've got stolen stuff. I can now equip some better armor. So, bam, just like that. I've got a craft bag here. Let's see. You're Nicolene. Who are you? Huh. I didn't think I'd ever find you. You move around. Can I help you? I'm Nicolene. I work for Captain Kayleen. She sent me to find you, see if you've had any luck in recruiting for our heist. Looks like you're already making new friends. You could say that. Then listen, just so you know, we're set up in a hideout near the docks. Come find us when you finish recruiting. Look for Lambert outside the door. I'll find you when I'm ready to leave. There's 3 folks Captain Kaylee wants to help with her heist. Crafty Larissa got her, Jakarn, and Naramo. She told me about them. What do you want to know about? So Jakarn is probably going to be the next one. So I will orient that quest to be the primary one. And bam, we'll be able to continue on. However, I think that's all for this episode. If you enjoyed it, definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you enjoy watching the content here, I also have plenty of other MMORPGs and stuff that I play. Check out my boyfriend's channel over at Pandora's Secret, and go ahead and leave some likes, comments, and subscribes over there as well.